I remember the fade in your eyes. I'm lost in space, floating away.
Good morning. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. Alright, so this is a very, very old monument now. Admittedly, I probably haven't run monument update on my local files, but I don't think I've seen a new one. I mean, we're still seeing this on the main map. Maybe some ones on other servers. So I'd like to choose a better position for that. And the easiest way to do that right now is going to be to look at where the tile updates are. Or using only existing data. If I might have to do something in the server pre-processing. If that doesn't work out, I might continue working on some of the other front-end tweaks before going back to back-end stuff. So I did a little proof of concept where I also output this stuff, which wasn't the time that I loaded this. And then found what our median position was. Now this is, one problem is the tile coordinates. And the place that I'm doing this doesn't have any information about the translation. I also set this up as a simple function. So it's hard for it to return multiple values. Let's see, a transform tile is, well, it's in a promise chain. So load tile is expecting to get back something useful to the outside. And I guess if at this point I did like return like a pair or something, I could return that value, I could store it here, and then a tile data cache instance, that's really a tile index cache instance. Oh, but that means the tile data caches would have to be set up to receive pairs. of something, which we're only using in the one case with the one transformation function. But the other option, well, what are we returning? Returning tile time. Which is indexed by XY pairs. So I guess we could throw another attribute on there that wouldn't be hit by the standard lookup. That in and of itself is a little bit ugly, but you could also perhaps imagine it being some type that had both of those things. So that is our median tile position. So that would be one way to get it out. Would getting it out do us any good? You only use that there by itself. And I might need a separate fetch for this. That gets used in here. There's our tile time, and we extracted it from here. To load a tile. This might be... I might end up having to do something where I say, okay, I'm going to pick the zoom level. We're going to try to get the cache, and if we do, then we're going to grab that median position. Now this thing doesn't have any reference to scaling ability by itself. Okay, so that's used in there. Tile key has its own get tile, but it has a coordinate reference system. Oh no. Is this a... Okay. I guess I can do transformations. Well, what do I need to do to... That's a point. CRS, CRS. Now you see, that's doing screen coordinates to world coordinates. Actually, if that's a tile coordinate, and we know that indexes are always at zoom 24, you see, these things are referenced to tile size. And there's our like base size of something. That's just going to be at 24. I think that's like world X, world Y, so start. So this might be about all we need. Tile time. There we go. Let's grab these. Let's see. So this is going to be tile X. We have a stride, which yeah, the coords that got fed into this were upstream. I'm not using this for... that's... a little bit disturbing. Am I using this for individual levels? Yeah, something's not found, but I'm still seeing data. One. Index text. I wonder if I use the same index for other levels where I would be concerned about. It's the same. It's not the same. So I can't just assume that this is that, but I might end up calling it directly on a particular index. You have no zoom information because you're... transform tile just gets that promise. You would have access to the coords, would have access to the zoom. If that was to be a concern. So is that just simple multiplication? And then maybe adding half to get to the center of it. No, I'm not console logging anything anymore. No, that would not be simple multiplication. What the heck is this? Oh no, that's the... It's not... I don't want stride. Stride is something else. That's how long between, how far between... Why that would still be the tile width? Yeah, it's way too big. That's like the opposite of what we want. Zoom 24 is 1 tile, 1 pixel. Is that, yeah, tile width, maybe? Tile size? So that's pulling it from a parameter. Layer get tile size. Maybe it's all calculated there. For indexes, we just know what that is. That still seems wrong. Unless this was not what I... oh, no, I actually am... because I'm not viewing this. C23. Actually, no, I'm at 25. Well, okay, so if it is here... no, that's still getting the same thing. Well, this point is not necessarily this point, but this is still... or, I wonder if it's being thrown off by tutorial. I didn't consider that there's a lot of activity out there. Yeah, these don't even make sense. It's like these make sense. So if it's median, it's going to be somewhere in here. Are we actually being overtaken by tutorials? Is there that many? Well, median is an actual coordinate. I don't know about that y coordinate, though. That seems really far down. But it might be getting calculated independently. If that was like halfway to Donkey Town... yeah, nothing there. Do we have any Mystery Eves? Oh, I don't have a data server running right now. Yes, we do. Oh, these are wilderness challenges. So it's going to make it a little... this might be the actual tutorials. Yep. Alright, so those are definitely not at large negative y's. So the y might be independently getting thrown off by Donkeytown activity. Because that is like just the right place for that. Now I did median. And there had been some people walking through that area. Wait. Oh, I either never sorted these or they got alpha sorted. These are strings. Right. And then JavaScript was all too happy to do math on those, even though they weren't actually numbers. Not that it changed the results. Yeah, these are still alpha sorted. Do I have any other references? Like there would be like one thing in here that made it be a string. Methods. Well, there might be sort and sort by. In place. What's the point? Converting elements into strings. I've done other sorts in here, right? They were doing more specific stuff. Uh... And that was a dot t. And I'm not sure if it's a minus b or b minus a for the sort order I want here. Actually, I'm just doing median, so it kind of doesn't matter. What the heck is this then? Maybe that's halfway to Donkeytown? Yeah, so this is by number of, well, it's median, so it's supposed to be influenced by how many of these things are there. But a lot of activity in one area can result in only one tile. I was hoping that the distribution of these would kind of match that. But if you have a lot of activity over a little bit of activity spread over a wide area, it's going to swamp this. So I don't think this is going to be a usable method. Even if I chose a particular tile coordinate, both the x and y independently are actually the fact that the median of our tiles is all tutorials is a little frightening. I mean, which is why it's good that we have this tile base, so we're not loading a bunch of tutorial stuff. So this is, yeah, like every single one of these is like way spread out there. In fact, yeah, there's a lot in a tight area, and then probably the survival challenges. So that's going to have to be pre-processing thing. Either using some sort of, and maybe median of birth locations would work. Or using something that is based on actual placements, and even then the tutorials put down a lot of tiles. So I don't know that there's any use in keeping this around. All right, so this is going to need recalculation on the back end. Recalculation. So that almost becomes a different project thing. This, I think, we're actually pretty done with. So this might be kind of down with some of that stuff. Let's see. We're still kind of early on in the morning. Well, that's a median project. This is annoying, but it's a tiny little Easter egg thing also. I mean, I could take a quick look at it. See if it's something easy. So specifically with lives. Oh yeah, because we were in server 1 position. Oh, actually, we were in tutorial town. Actually, I thought fetching lives would jump you there if you weren't in view. Okay, still very swingy. Oh. Found the map. Okay, so... Oh, do we not have any life data to show? Oh, right, because I'm not on the actual... Don't have a server running right now. I could start one. But I think my issue was actually with the fade versus this thing. I guess I should be looking at what the lives do. No, wrong project. Okay, so you are above that. Above the graphic. So what do we have to do? This should be a quick fix. Okay, so we are doing an add remove thing here. No, that's the color swap. Server 3 map. And then server 3 is that biome with the map on top. Yeah, it has to be on top. And that's all in a group. Maybe image overlays aren't affected by that? Because they're meant to be like annotations? So is that the fade? Leaflet tile container. There's no ID or anything. Actually, probably. So that's the point. So that's actually the point tiles. Leaflet layer, image layer. That's an overlay pane. Shadow pane. Leaflet tile pane blur. No, I think I blur the background layer, maybe? Now, is that thing changing, or is it like swapping a different one? Yeah, I'm not seeing the number change. Opacity 1, opacity 0.3. Wait, am I not doing an overlay, but like making the base layer itself faded? Base fade. With blur, okay, so we have to toggle blur back on. So you're not handling that. Map, target map, set opacity, tile pane. So I'm changing the opacity of tile panes. So to make that thing work, I also have to change the opacity of, which I actually don't think is going to work, because if I'm changing the opacity of that thing, we're going to have the two overlapped. Yes, there's fade. Okay, so that might just be for toggling. It might be actually an empty thing. On add, on remove. Oh, yep. On add, on remove. And then we need server 3. Well, that's an image and a tile. Get pane, tile pane, get pane, tile pane. Actually, panes are used for like layering stuff, right? So maybe server 3 map. Oh no, you see, I put you an overlay pane, and that might have been to keep it on top. So that does fade out. Okay. So far, there's no bad effects to doing that. Oh, are you getting blur applied? Yeah, you're getting blur applied. Is that what that was about? Well, nope, that doesn't help you anyway. No, that's an actual blur. So I might need to actually just put the crisp on you somehow. Or does that help with the text rendering stuff? I mean, it might help a little bit. All right, server 3 map. Let's see if that works. Nope. Okay, so that's like the entire map. Let's get back. We can see the bounds of that. That's all UI stuff. Control container. That might be the entire map. Oh, nope. That's nothing. Map pane. Oh, overlay pane, tile pane. We put it in tile pane. So that it would be affected by the fade. It's an overlay pane. Leaflet layer. I see that's tiles. I don't, maybe it tiles images? I don't know how to select that image. Because there's just so much layers of stuff. Now I'm a little bit behind on Leaflet. When I've looked, there haven't been very big changes. Has its own opacity, alt interactive. Class name is supposed to be a supported attribute. Did I misspell it? Oh, it's crisp containing image and crisp containing canvas. Let's see, does layer group? I mean, I think that would still be containing it, but... Nope, still blurry. Once again, my biome image layer. Crisp biome layer, crisp object pixel layer. Could I just say that and then move you back up here? Okay, yeah, I don't know. This should have been a container, maybe because it was in a different pane. No, put it back in tile pane. But that should make it less of a thing there. Unless I did that specifically to make these things look a little bit better, but and I guess that the words looked better when you got down to there. All right. This is gonna have an updated style, which don't do very often. And did that have any... It had no impact on this. Oop. The text mode is still not all that good. All right. So there's a couple aspects to this. The UI will be the hardest part, but I think the bigger issue is going to be our default view. And we're off on some random location. Actually, I probably could have found the monument. Easy enough. Is when you get a big thing like this, or even more so if you're looking at lives like this. It's this base background color, which will affect the way it fades out, but that might be good. So is that just going to be a style thing? See, so this is all parent. This is maps. This is going to be the top level of leaflet, but it could be... Oh, background. Leaflet container. Yep. That's going to come from leaflet CSS. Well, and we're going to want to control it. So that's going to be another style update. So that's at least nice. Body background. This probably has no effect. Yeah. And this is going to be our base mode. Leaflet tile container. This is just leaflet container. Leaflet control. Yeah, there's a bunch of colors in here, which we're going to have to pull out if we're going to do a color replacement thing. Is the index... We've got a body, we've got a map. But I'm going to kind of replace the map in the view. Yeah, keyed. Well, that's keyed. HTML attribute ID. So that's your parent. And all the UI is separate from that. So layout. So the Elm stuff would mostly be its own little thing. HTML attributes. Actually, are they even discouraging you from using classes at all? Because you're supposed to do all the styling internally. Oh, and I guess I'm not doing... let's see, is this... It's one of the things that's bugged me. That would be big, but it could also be a big feature. It might not be a bad feature. And I guess now I actually am doing kind of web development. Device class, classify device. Nope. I'm going to drop down to HTML in order to have some support back into other things. I don't know if this is going to touch any JavaScript or not. It's going to be more CSS stuff. So HTML attribute, HTML attributes. So this is going to have to be something on our layout that will eventually be based on other stuff. We're going to need to isolate some of the current things. And where does that show up? Because that might not be body. Oh, yep, that is... No, that's the div below body. So I guess body having defaults is not a bad thing. And then we would just say... light. We're just going to repeat that. Because I used to go in Windows high contrast mode, which Firefox might interpret as dark mode, but some sites, and I forget if they fixed this or not, but it used to include this site, would not like, they might like specify the foreground color as black, but not the background as white, and it would become completely unreadable. So that's a problem. I tell you, it's only background. I'm going to start changing these to color so I can identify color easier. Okay. There might still be like some fonts or things that use shorthands to get into colors. So sidebar. That's probably my sidebar. Maybe that's this. Or a link. I guess if that's a link. Oh, yeah, and that's background color. That's probably what you're doing. That is going to have to be... I see, I probably want to collect these. Yeah. These are going to have to go with it too. This is a color-only rule. I guess we would say... that. Okay, still there. Swatch. I think that's for when we have lives. It's for these. Oop. Not the button we wanted. That works. Yep. So we're giving that a default color. It's given that the text is white? No, that's the foreground color, which is in fact what's doing that. And since those are going to be color swatches, that's probably fine. However, if I start changing those colors to be more visible in a dark background and making them lighter, maybe black would make sense. Leaflet color scale, background color. And there is a whole list of things here. Leaflet control point legend, map button toggle. Well, there is map button here. So I think that's trying to make things look like leaflet controls. Color scale, map button. Map button toggle, no colors there. I presume it's going to be a border color property, so if we did that with no color, yeah. Let's see, you had no colors. Map button toggle. That would be probably, what's map button? Well, yeah, both of those would be toggles. Current color. Did I do some variables here? Is that actually a CSS thing? Yeah, some browser support. Accept a color value. Body red. Okay, so this is giving SCG the color of the HTML, I think. But that's current color, so that should be fine. Actually, this is probably some copied code that was using that. And then those colors might change if we start. But I might just do that one in place. It's also icon stuff. Oh, I moved these down, but I didn't change them. Okay, so that's all of that stuff. So if we go into view, it's going to break a few things because they're just unspecified. And for now, this is going to all be the same. I don't like that my darks aren't going to be together. Nope. So that will at least make it undamaged. Now, unless I start making changes to the rest of the UI, some of this won't make sense. So I probably don't want to do black. I mean, like, that would probably break a... Well, probably not a whole lot of unspecified things, especially in this UI. Want to be full black. I think a lot of the other stuff I've done dark mode has kind of been Twitch related, so I borrowed some Twitch stuff, but that might still give me an idea of a good level of black. So 20 to 30 on RGB. They're using a slightly moderated white as well, which might be good. $2020. Let's see, if we did shorthand color. See, 32 is going to be 2. That's going to be like... What, 18, 18, 18, 18? Now, I don't know what that translates to. So that's out of 256. That's close to 220, so that's like a 32 down, so that's like 2 steps down. So FFF ED. Now we're not actually going to see that very much. This might need to be... See, that one you'd actually be able to see the difference. Yeah, that's only going to be if I make adjustments to those colors. You'd want high contrast there. Sidebar hover is only going to be if we make changes to the elm colors there. And the leaflet buttons are going to be once we make adjustments to leaflet. We're going to need to make those to match. SVG color, and the icons are going to depend on tweaking this thing. All right, so I think it was leaflet container. Yep. And we were going to say maybe something like that. Ooh, I'm going to need to change my text color here. If we move back to data, ooh, that's still very far out. Does this? Yes, that makes it dark. And these colors are still kind of okay. The white UI on it doesn't look too bad. It's definitely solved the, that might be too dark. What was... $18. DDD. Yeah, that's background. So that's about as well. I guess 22222. No, actually, that was the default. That's not as dark. You could definitely tell that it was off-white before. And I'll have to try this when it's actually dark out. So somewhere around there. I mean, the Twitch pages were okay. Maybe there's just a lot of white browser UI around right now. Unfortunately, there's gonna be a lot of leaflet stuff we might have to hit here if we wanted to get all of that to darken out. Dark swatch, that's the overlay color. Well, these are emulating leaflet, so we can maybe experiment with some of it here. So background color, I see that was full on. Well, yeah, those controls were full on white. Does that mean they would be full on black? All right, now you're an off-white. That's really the overlay color. That's several steps down. So that's like 10, which is around 6 down. Maybe it's actually 555. Yeah, 000 is feeling very dark. Although the old controls were pure white. And that does give them some standout. Let's try a little bit. So that might be the colors. We just have to figure out where Leaflet's doing it all. Leaflet controls zoom in. Are they styling these all individually? Leaflet bar? Oh, maybe I had these two bright. Yeah, that's just a little bit off-white. Color black. Probably a dark border color. So leaflet bar, leaflet bar. So it might be all leaflet bar. Let's see. Is their CSS file readable? No, we're in a different project. Kinda. There's, we basically copied the box shadow from that. Background color. So that's under 2 scenarios. That's no color. That's a hover. Oh, there's a disabled. Leaflet touch doesn't affect color. All right. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Technically the box shadow. Maybe there's a box shadow color we could do. And since these aren't explicitly light, we're just going to have to rely on precedence overrides. All right, so we said for our stuff, we liked background color. And then this is, wait, that's leaflet bar on hover. Oh yeah, very, very light. effect. Let's see. So that was becoming darker. I mean, we're going more in the opposite direction. And then, was that? Yeah, that was the same thing for disabled. And that's like a little bit. That's a slightly darker off-white. What was our foreground? Color black. We need to also set our foreground color, which we said our foreground color was going to be 6666. So that was a darker white. A disabled control would be a whiter dark? I guess it'd be more gray. You were doing BBBBB. So that's like 5, 6 steps down. I don't even know if I have anything that's disabled controls in here. Oh, and there's a separator bar. Well, I haven't done this stuff yet. Oh, you know what? I did... Well, but it has opacity, which moderates the color. Oh, you're doing a box shadow. I did a border. I didn't notice that. Interesting. Or maybe it was some of both. Nope. Maybe something else is overriding it, because I don't see that as a shadow. Yeah, I copied something that's not actually in effect. Oh, this is Leaflet Touch? Huh. Interesting. I had ignored that. Oh, this is specifically the zoom control. You're styled differently. Oh, no, we saw leaflet bar stuff. And that is a Leaflet Touch leaflet bar. Layers control. Box shadow none. What? What? I guess this is all Leaflet Touch stuff? Attribution and scale controls. This has to be a consequence of development over time. So we just skip that. I think we have to use that that precedence level. No, you're fine. Yep, now we're in the dark. Nope, not recompiled yet. And we've got that little bar in between. Oop. It's not it. That's not it. You don't have any borders. So it's somebody's bottom shoot, which one was this? This is the top. The top of the zoom control has a bottom margin. Maybe. Box model properties. Oh, a bottom margin, so it might be the thing below it that's white? Still, where is that margin coming from? No. Doesn't it do with the line height? This thing supposedly has no margin. No, that's border. Border bottom color, border bottom style, border bottom width is a leaflet bar property. I may have skipped over border. Yeah, that's just border in general. I know I skipped over some first child stuff. Leaflet bar. There's your box shadow. Leaflet bar. Border bottom. Leaflet bar, last child, border bottom, none. I mean, that's fine. We just leave that. Control scale line. Tooltip. Leaflet bar. Can I just say border bottom color? So CCC, that's even more moderated than some of these. Well, we're like an AAA somewhere. What were we using? Right, this was opacity, so that was something different. Start with that, see how it looks. No, I changed something else. Sidebar. CCC. That blends in pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit lighter than the frame. Of course, I think that border is being done with some alpha, so it depends somewhat on what's behind it. All right, and then you are apparently well, and there's this stuff. You are apparently not a leaflet bar. Oh, and you disappear when we hover. I wonder if it's still there somewhere. Layers. Okay, so I guess that's it. Leaflet control layers, but it might be inheriting from some other... So we're getting a border property. Layers toggle. All right, with container link, well, the link isn't really visible. Okay, you are transparent, but that might not translate well because it's going to be darker stuff. So the color of this might not be... Whoa. I must have toggled visibility on something by accident. Background image, color. It's going to be like a link color. Yeah, so this is probably the color of the parent. Background color, leaflet control layers. Leaflet control layers. There's still something there. I think that might even be the appropriate color. Yeah, we can see what else is on that style. Not the entire thing. There's a border, which is serviceable, but it stands out a little bit. Oh, leaflet oldie. I don't know if we're in leaflet oldie. Control layers toggle. Box shadow, background. I guess that's only background. Box shadow. Actually, we don't want box shadow at all. So this is probably going to be another border thing that gets overridden. Let's see. For controls, we were saying background color there. And we don't care about border radius. And leaflet retina. Leaflet control layers, leaflet control. Leaflet touch. So the none it's taking care of for us. And the rest of this is all the image. Oh, well, we got this. We just have to fix the text color now. So this is all currently disabled. So you're going to be a little bit... No. Where's... Actually, I might be able to force... No, I have to force hover on... No, because I guess it's a JavaScript thing. Leaflet control layers list. There's all your labels. We do computed maybe? Wait, you should still have your color definition. Oh, color. That looks like a direct. Oh, leaflet control color auto from some parent, but it's not identifying that. Okay. It's not from a rule. Oh, maybe that's like just body? Maybe it's unspecified? There's background color. No, there's a 26, 26, 26. That could be something else. Shoot. What's 26, 26, 26? That's not like a, it's not going to be a 3-element color. Yeah, that has to be specified somewhere. Oh, maybe it's carried down from, because I haven't done anything with the Elm styles yet. So they're using some kind of... I almost don't mind that that's using the UI color. I just haven't specified it yet. And that's going to be its own little piece of work. Background.color. All right, I may have done some abstraction here, but these are not going to be, these are not functions right now. So this is globally set, but okay, you are... Do we already have a color for that? No. Foreground, background, highlight, divider, control, selected. Overlay? I mean, you have to come back and actually make this variable, but for now, this gets all our colors in one spot. Okay, yeah, compiling fine. So I haven't done any model work on this yet. So we need some place to store the theme. Oh, I still haven't got to these things yet, but they're relatively out of the way. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Did I abstract model here? Yeah. Location, navigation, zone, time, notice, center, all the data stuff. This is more display oriented. Focus life, lives, data layer, version servers, all data. This is all kind of front-end state stuff. Sidebar mode, sidebar open. That's all the data. I don't know if there's any better way to organize this. Maybe as I work on it, I'll find groups of things. This is all kind of display stuff. This is sort of like top-level display stuff. Location, navigation key. Time zone is related to the current time, which is a... thing. Also, what is a theme? I presume my view has had to import. Yes. And then we should have some sort of like initial model. That ought to at least compile. Oh, I did a full half on this. View. Dark. View, document. I guess I'd actually have to do the whole attribute. Which would be a what? An element. There's an element constructor. Okay, it is. Will that just be attribute? Here's another interesting thing. Did I see... Yeah, we've got some colors in there, too. This is the only thing that's going to need that attribute. The others we're going to need to do other places. Hmm. 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 Maybe... I'm going to have to parenthesize this. And then we can throw it into... that function and that function. Okay, so it didn't like... Oh, typo. Not exposed. Okay, that compiles. I almost want to say that should be down here. I don't mind those words, but now they have to all be in terms of the theme. So the model, the theme, or the colors themselves would have to be passed down. I could have two structures of theme colors that I pass down. I'm doubtless going to have to add parameters to things for that. And you see, yeah, server name status. Well, that's the only one so far. I don't know if there's any way to abstract that. Oh, that's these custom icons. So that one doesn't get used too often. Can I get just the lowercase, please? Oh, background.color. Highlight or default background. That gets a full model. That used to be pure functional. So that's going to need some information. And we're getting capitals. I thought it said not to do... Oh, it's not case sensitive unless you specify a capital letter. We do have other background colors to deal with. Icon name, mode current. That's going to need a theme. That's got a model. That's got a model. Oh, I can't reuse these names as symbols. If I need both the old one and the new one as we bridge over. Hmm. So if I have these be like divider of theme is this. You kind of keep the names and just pass through the theme. I'm debating making a color structure, because that way you would like pass through like theme information, and you then then it would be border color is like theme.divider, and that might read a little bit better than like divider theme. So that would be like, oh, I'm gonna have to have a type for this. That's assignment, so that's fine. Actually, no, I need these to hang around for a bit. Until we can get everything worked out. I guess it's more of a palette, huh? Let's see, and if we're doing... It's still defining a structure. And... where do you put color? The type is in element. I may have just imported that. All right, well, that compile. That will compile. There's some work to be done there. Oh, these are all in RGB terms. I did all my other colors in... Well, it would have been 255, so it would have been kind of annoying anyway. But this is going to be something like that. You were a very, very off-white. I don't know how this is going to change. But I found I wanted to bring the dark up more. So background... So highlight was a very whitish color. Background... Wait, foreground. Background. No, that doesn't seem right. Right, we're doing this, and then a highlight. Something like that. Divider was moderate on that side, and even more moderate. Control. That probably means around the same as background. Because it was 0.9, 0.9, 0.9. Oh, my background was a little bit more moderated before. I'll make it seem the same as highlight, though. Selected is that blue color. That might be able to stay. Maybe I want a darker one. And then overlay was that dark color. Well, that would be the closest analog. It's still a gray color, but more light. All right, and theme class. Okay, that compiles. All right, where are the easy places to put this? Actually, it's going to be mostly in places where we're doing a dot, specifically a dot color. How many colors do we do in here? Not many, but I am going to need to pass palette down to some things, although we're mostly passing model down to things. No, I guess the palette could actually have the class in it, but we only need that in the one spot. Do I want to do a let for two things? Let's see if any others show up. Now, I guess one thing about this method is that if you wanted to use something more complicated than just the palette, if it was just a function that took the theme, it'd be easy to add another parameter. This is not going to be as easy to extend in that way. Okay, so we've got, well, I mean, these are probably styled in specific ways. So I guess we've got like a default foreground color that's changed. Slider. Oh yeah, there's gonna be timeline too. That has the model, and that only has one color. So I was thinking I'd pass a palette to things. But this is proving to be more verbose where we each have access to the model. So that was timeline? Yeah, so we got part of it. That's got the whole thing. Mode select. Oh, hadn't compiled. That's, I guess it's the border around this. So that's one thing, but we're taking different attributes out of something. And you don't have that information. You've got a model, and we have, once again, exactly two uses. Not sure I like the way this fell out. Zone time. Oh, if that's the, oh no, this isn't the big overlay. Unless I was printing UTC or local on there. But this might be down here. That's why it was a darker color. So I'm going to have to figure out what that is. You have no information for that. Now, a gray kind of works in either case there. That has no information. Data button, that's this thing probably. Whole bunch of colors. This has a model. How many colors do you have? Just two. Are they both control? Yeah, they're both control color. And we've got a let. Now, once my color names are gone, I could potentially have done that to just replace that symbol, but Elm does not like scoping things out. Date range select only has the one. That's got a model. That's got a model. Where is this? Arc select. 1, 2, once again, 2 controls. I might have been able to do some sort of function pipeline here. Model.theme, theme palette, dot, whatever. That's just a server name and a status right now. Foreground, foreground. And these are all server-specific things. I might need a little helper function for those. You've got a model. You've got a model. Control, control, control. All right, and then we're back to top level view. So those should be all the easy ones. I think this used to be a gray bar. So there's no visible background color here, and this could maybe be different. Actually, this might be partially, I think, and then these things we haven't gotten to yet. And our text color might be a little bit bright yet. And these things we haven't gotten to yet. Can we focus on, so foreground is still in use a little bit. Background.color, highlight background. There's still a control color that's still in use. There's still a divider that's still in use. I can't even get something I can just search for that. Different selected. Now overlay we might have got. Nope. And maybe I was just using a default color for the time overlay thing? So every single one of these is still in use. For all that we managed to replace. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, there's the tab headers, which is already a mile long. Okay, so the thing calling this has a model. Mode. There's two modes. We were counting on this thing to do the comparison to determine that. We're using mode twice, that's why we did it that way. So you either need two colors or a palette. No. Let's see, tab header. If I rearranged parameters, I could do a little curry of model.sidebar mode along with the palette. Ew. I feel like there's something wrong with this function, but I also don't know a good way to fix it, because there'd be a lot of repeated stuff here to inline it all. Maybe I could do a local function? That would let you get sidebar mode and palette, but the rest of this is all per item specifics. So I think that was our, yep, that was these. And yeah, I could maybe do with a darker color for some of the text. So that's going to be, what, your foreground color. Did I do anything around there elsewhere? No. A little bit tamer. Ooh. That highlight isn't as nice anymore, but that's probably like some default browser stuff. All right. Oh, yeah, actually, those weren't even dot colors. Well, they were probably feeding into a dot color. Got you, got you. Date with zone. You have access to a model. Which are you? And is this, okay. This is the timeline. So I think, yeah, that's our play button. This entire thing is clickable. So this is getting a default color from above, but then this has to be something different. Does it make sense to be including that with it still? Well, we're still going to have to do color somewhere. And the way we print the date does depend on the zone. But overlay is definitely the wrong color for that. This is like a de-highlight? An extra, an additional? Subscript? De-emphasize? Emphasis? All right, D inf. So I could just give you a color. That would mean doing it twice. You don't... Oh, you do deal with one other color. So I could perhaps grab the palette. And there's the slider where I've not done any color changes. And that's only a single color. It's okay. I wasn't able to do better map centering with just the data I've got. So that's going to go back to a back-end thing sometime. That's a color. Actually, I should probably give you a palette just in case I want to do more with that sometime. All right, that compiles. All right, it's a little bit de-emphasized. Maybe not as much as in the light. How are you doing today? Hope you're continuing to breathe easier. Data button enabled. These are probably all used here. That's going to be a whole bunch of references. Oh, yeah. We actually got a little bit of snow this morning. It was sticking for a bit, but all the stuff on the roofs is gone, so I think the day must have warmed up on it. Well, I don't think it ever stuck in the driveway. A little bit in the roofs and grass. Interesting. Because, well, yeah, actually, this is leading up to the end of the month. Because I know when I worked with one company, end of month was always a big thing. But that'll actually end up happening next week, won't it? I'm Central, Midwest. Which is certainly farther east than Colorado. Okay. Where's that highlight color coming from? Oh, that's actually coming from the CSS. I didn't want to mess with hover events there. Sidebar button. That would probably be a, let's see, if it's normally a darker white, it would be a lighter dark. First week, yeah. Well, yeah, it's end of month, but that happens after the end of the month, so it's really the first week of the month. So that would be our background color. And I need to adjust my control color more. And really, we're highlighting the control color, so I guess we need to know that first. So control, that was the old colors. Dark theme. Background is 0.2. Oh yeah, control needs to be something different. Let's see, it was retrospective reporting. Yeah. Background a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. So this would be a little bit lighter. And then how was highlight? So 0.9, 0.8. So highlight really needs to be, and then divider was even farther down before. I probably need to tighten up instead of just going by even numbers, but I've forgotten. Actually, this thing might be divider. Which, if anything, that doesn't need to be any brighter. I mean, I guess I could actually make the buttons darker. Yeah. Oh, these buttons are actually darker than this base background. That's interesting. But this used to be a gray button on a white background. What does that look like? Oh, that's also the background of these. This. Maybe not even that dark. Well, definitely different than that. Let's see, so a little bit more than that. Am I going the right? Yeah, a little bit darker. All right, I'm not sure about when I was doing highlight. So then there's the overlay. So one would be around 16. This would be, no, that would be that's a 10%. of 250, so that'd be at about 25, a little over 25. No, 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 no. Maybe around 32. Hardly any difference at all. Hello, how you doing? Well, that kind of becomes our background color, but you can tell you're highlighting it. And then, well, this actually doesn't fade out very much. I don't have a explicit like disabled color. What were those? Data buttons. Border color, background color, and what am I doing for the text? It seemed like it is fading. Oh, I wonder if that's like basic HTML disabled. If it's still a button. No. Yeah, it's doing something. Oh, I could just probably override color here. I don't have a color specifically for that, and well, no, background color is the same, so it was just the text. This is a map for 1 Hour 1 Life. I don't know if I was grabbing anything useful here, time-wise. Actually, the names don't look very good right now. Oh, because I was only doing Eves only. So we could grab all the people. And the server has to wake up. Actually, this is, well, I'm in the middle of changing colors, so something's just going to be visible on this one right now. So that's where people were born, and after I got into this mapping project, the developer actually added some logging of individual placements, so you can zoom down in and look at that stuff. It started just doing these biome patterns using the open source code, which at the time looked very different. And then I eventually got into natural object placement simulation as well. And then that's turned into, they only set this up for the future. There's talk of changing the way some of the biomes spawn so you can get more predictable resources. The people who can get them are near the resources. So I've also got this simulation set up, although this has only been talked about, and I haven't seen any actual movement on implementing it yet because the developer is been smoked out of his house and is off searching for maybe a new house in a different state. And then what I'm doing now is playing with, because I'll sometimes I'll do this early in the morning, and in standard server, you're like looking at the, I guess I did something that cleared, yeah, I changed servers. You're like looking at these life patterns on this bright white screen. And then somebody else commented on it too. So I'm looking at, right now I'm doing the initial conversion and like getting the theme information down to all the places that need that to change their colors. Have I got this yet? No, I haven't got this yet. I might have to do some sort of like default color for that. Because I thought that was picking this up from my UI things here. But maybe not. Yeah, I should have done all the top level stuff by now. Let's see. So I have no divider control, divider control. What would I want? Maybe just like a background color? So it didn't look as much like a button? Well, that's also basically my highlight color. So that's not going to give you good feedback, but we need a different highlight color. I could go the other direction. Go with black. Well, then the highlight's still gonna block the fade effect on it, or the disabled effect. That might work. I'm using the local server, which is a lot faster, so I don't get to see as much of the disabled button. All right. Oh, font color. We're not. Oh, you are font color. I just hadn't done it yet. So that's default. Okay. That actually looks like something disabled. Start time select has a full model, so I just missed you before. Oh no, that's control color. Yeah, we just run out a variable for it. You've got the model, you've got model stuff, you've got control color, server icons. I just only took a server. Server item, only took a server. Server select, only took the list of servers. This is where this stuff gets really painful. I guess all you actually need is the palette. Server select takes the palette. It passes it down to server item. Server item takes a server. Let's see, if we're currying that, it's going to go in first. It passes it on to server icon. Which could go either way. I've been tacking things on the end so far, although that loop said it really wanted to be the other way. Yeah, this is one of the hard parts about this, like, kind of pure functional. Oh, and your entire purpose was to pull out a server name. Oh, you were yourself a little bit curried, huh? So you do that. Server icon for name, that takes the string and return this stuff. What were you getting past? Input option width? Option width? That's a feature of input. Value. So this is option state to element message. Okay, so this much is actually our return value from here. But that is a function that we're returning. So you are server to that thing. So yes, it is currying through. I could set this up to curry through. I'll probably just deal with this. Just add more parentheses on the other end. All right, then. And I lost. I'm searching for all of that. Now I searched. Server icon for name, back color. Oh, these things. No, this was an if. This is just palette. I don't know, but I'd have to look at if it's possible to abstract something here, because the number of buttons has grown over time. Oh, foreground and background. Palette. Okay, that's those. The border I'm using for the border color of those seems... Well, I guess I wanted this part to be... The big servers be sort of visible. Would border work there? Where's the big servers? Border color. No, it was divider. Not really. Yep. All right. Of palette, control color, and that's the top level view. So that might be everything. The way we'd know that is if these zips. I didn't. Beginning of line. If these are unreferenced. All right, now what just doesn't look good? This thing might be a little bit bright. I'm actually not sure about this. This is probably something I just never had to customize before. I could maybe do some better color selection, but it's mostly serviceable. Oh, and there's this, which was never affected by that. So I still have to figure out what's going on with you. Oh, I actually can select that. Okay. Oh. Right, it kind of gets disabled. It's the color attribute. Leaflet control layers expanded might be what I didn't get. Control layers expanded. Well, there's one background color. Oh, and a foreground color. Did we overrode the background color with something? Yeah, I didn't have that. So this was what? Leaflet control layers. Well, there's our leaflet control something. Leaflet control layers. Leaflet control bar. So the background seemed to be doing okay. Gotten overridden by something else. I guess background color is typically this. Would that be this one? Oh, and did this color get fixed? Yeah, this color got fixed. Okay. Somewhere in there we hit it. That could be a little bit brighter because it's pretty fine text. So maybe that means this needs to be brighter overall. Oh, maybe that's the color I was using for this. No, that's darker. Do I have a different foreground color? Color. That would be the DDDD. There we go. That's better. So that makes the Arctic layer easier to see. Well, I guess this then hides more. So that could maybe. Oh, yeah, that could use something. There's these default browser highlights. Maybe you could get into the. And I guess they work out as standing out as controls a little bit. I almost wonder if we shouldn't do a similar thing for these. Oh, these should be control color, maybe. Server icon gets us down to this stuff, which gets us down to this. Background color, palette.background. Yeah, you should really be palette.control, I think. Those are just pretty close before. Okay, that's... Maybe with that the border would work out, but... so I think the only thing that's really bugging me... that's going to be an input... Going to be some kind of input. Maybe like search... Life search... Search box... Input.text... No color specified. So we're just relying on browser defaults. We probably are getting... We are getting the text color, the base color from above. But then input... just input... Yeah, I don't think there's any way to set input colors as a policy. And then you haven't had to have. And then watch... Oh, no, Life Search has model. It's not going to be too bad. Yep. There's going to be... Actually, that was a special attribute. Background dot color. I never had to specify that before. So it looks okay for you. And I guess it's about time to have some way to switch this. Now you see, this is probably a thing I'd want to have remembered. I don't know if time is moving on regardless. All right, right now I just want to see what this looks like. That would be init, initial model. Hmm. I mean, it kind of works. It's not great. I think I might need an entirely different color, though. Oh yeah, these used to be. No, it must be some background color because they were. Were those white before? No, those were backgrounds. They would have been the base. These are typically different colors than buttons. Will that just be like a color dot input? And would that actually then become the color for buttons for these as well? Oh, no, these are buttons. Uh, so what were you when I didn't specify you? Oh, I have to add this here. That's a lighter white, but probably not a full white. Oh no, that is a full white. No, I think this is the 989898. So the only thing to do to be off-white would still be like 99. So interestingly enough, that suggests that this would be full black. Let's see, did I input .text? I did put that back. There's this highlight effect. Let's see. So right now the only place I've got to stick options is in here, and it's becoming kind of a garbage bin. Or I don't know if I want to stick anything else on the map itself. And I'll probably eventually need some better way to do that, or actually start remembering a setting for that, because that really is a user preference. It's not going to be related to any particular view, but I haven't had to do any local storage stuff at all so far. So something like, I mean, kind of like, I mean, I think maybe kind of like time zone. So this is all this thing. Let's see, is that the appropriate place to do? We've already got a field in the model. You're not going to have a message to send right off. So you were actually a toggle. At the moment, toggle still works, although I could... Gee, is input.option in anything? Input.option. Well, maybe, yeah. But it is going to have to match the type of this. Toggle UTC. Yeah, that could have been a better thing either. And then that's matching that. We need to get the message through first before I can actually say that. Technically it's going to be a toggle theme, but because we've only got two. Alright, that will make the main file complain about we don't handle that message. Also, we need to get the time zones. That's a little bit of a special case. This might be an easy one. At least until we get into, like, trying to save it somewhere. Right, that's my other little thing on the time bar. It does have a setting which is going to be model.theme. Yeah, no, that is the time zone. Okay. Let's see. So I end up using dark mode on most things. This dark mode could probably use some fine-tuning, but since it's the default, I should probably make it the default. And actually, it is the default at the moment. And then it'll probably take some fine-tuning. We'll find some things like if we do a data search or a character search, I think all of these points are dark, which is actually something defined in the yeah. So that'll be kind of crummy because we have to push that down to the JavaScript layer where it's defining colors of things. Other thing, is there's this palette thing, and I think I was trying to pick colors that would show up good on the biome colors. So I might want to adjust the brightness settings of this. And this is kind of not as good for picking out small objects because they were made for lighter backgrounds. I don't know if having a darker base map would actually help with that. But the pitch black may have been a little bit much. Just for this, well, it makes the roads easier to see, that's for sure. I mean, I guess they kind of stood out anyway. And then we'd probably like some way to save that. Oh, I didn't get to these things. It's like it's always one more thing. Leaflet control scale line. Leaflet control scale. It's also a leaflet control. But I guess the question is, which one has the colors? And it looks like leaflet control scale line has those colors. And then there's leaflet control attribution. Well, those are both white. Which might be its own thing. There's color, which is going to be part of it. There's attribution and scale controls. Okay. They're pretty similar. And it seems to be leaflet touch mode. All right, background. I guess in case it doesn't support the RBGA. Padding, color, text decoration, underline, font size, margin, border, more background, border, doesn't have a color in it. Border. That's fine. Border. Wait, did I already get you? Yes. I guess if I'm copying that block. All right. Oh, oops. Didn't get that one. Can we just say color? Border bottom, we can probably border bottom color. Background, background. That's a whole lot of colors. So the nearest of that. I see some more of that white there. 3333. That is the color. That would be the text color. So I think we're doing a DD. Control scale line. You're a 000. Actually, 777 is real close. It would be like a other side of 8. Did that change this one or not? I think I went through and did all of those. Oh, that's very dark. And I feel like one of our borders is... Is that the border? Oh no, maybe... Like, that is supposed to be a actual indicator. It's just very faint in the other one. And then this is where Twitter is fine. I think I've got this in some other things that I've themed. Let's see. Hosting clips wouldn't have had theme support. The schedule. Did I ever do schedule here? I guess I've never done schedule here. I must have done that before the new computer? Schedule. Yep. Why did I have so many items in that folder? Oh, well, all the Elm stuff. Okay. And another batch in Lambda. Okay. So I didn't do it with CSS. Oh, maybe I didn't call it style. svg.icon. Oh, no, I did an inline CSS. So I went with 888 for that. Just a nice, simple switch out. Okay, it's maybe a little bit bright, but The link color could maybe use some tweaking, but it's visible. Oh, and we lost the border on this. Actually, on both of these. Okay, so that's that border color. This might actually be like the bar. I guess I really need to go back there and then see what the effect is. Because that effectively removed a lot of rules. Dark shadow none. Border radius. Border bottom color. Oh, border left color. Okay, so it's all the individual things. Leaflet touch, leaflet bar. Zero, zero, zero. So do you have to become do you actually have to become 2555? To show up? I was wondering if I'd done anything to that one. Okay, yep, there's a border. Well, that could maybe use some tweaking, but I want to have lunch. Oh, and notes. Search point color. In particular, and scroll bar handles. Scroll is not sure scroll is the right word. Slider. I mean, white works, it stands out, but it can maybe be a little bit turned down. This is like almost too much stuff to really evaluate. All right, and with that, I want to go eat lunch. Thanks for watching. Thanks to some subscribers. and everybody who hosted me. I don't know if I'm going to have any other, like, let's see. That is some design stuff. That's what I'm usually on. Now, next week is going to get weird because Thursday I'm having a tooth taken out, so I might not want to be on. I might essentially have nothing better to do besides play games if I'm just kind of hanging out and trying not to do too much. Probably wouldn't be talking as much in that case. All right, nothing looking like, well, there's a JavaScript game dev. Something like playable, so I don't know if he's doing like style stuff specifically. But if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, Jernsorer looks like he's working on something. And that's the place cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye and until next time.